I'm a little bit sick. I got cold, cough, and a little temperature. Still, I'm not getting any medicine because I don't like medicines. Medicines don't work. They temporarily help us, but they destroy the overall system. It's all because medicines invented by human beings, medical sciences have been both invented by human beings, but Allah has given you, God has given you brains. These brains can work as doctors, and you got 100, it's not true 100, it's 40 trillion microbiome bacteria, gut bacteria. In the past it was supposed to be 100 trillion, but recently it's been calculated, it has been decided that every person has got 40 trillion gut bacteria, and these bacteria are considered as nurses. And you have liver, kidney, you have heart, you have lungs, and all these organs are your helping tools to get rid of all the diseases, to get energy, to have good health, to have fitness. So as I told you how to cure any disease, as I'm telling you that without medicines you can cure diseases, because God has given you brains that are working as doctors. God has given you 40 trillion bacteria that work like nurses, and last of all the organs that you have, liver, kidneys, and all these stuff are tools to help you get fit and can get rid of you from diseases. So I'd like to talk about Queen Elizabeth. You understand, she died at the age of 96, but she died all of a sudden, I can say. The day before her death was the oath-taking ceremony. Her Prime Minister, British Prime Minister Truss, took oath, and she was in that ceremony. But the following day she became so ill that doctors were sure that she was going to die. I was almost sure, because the environment told all the people from outside Britain were coming back, and a lot of arrangements were taking place, and I was sure. As I work on news, I was also ready when she dies, I'll start having a video. So everywhere I understand that it was all of a sudden. So I recommend these two doctors. I've been learning medical sciences mostly from these two doctors, Dr. Eric Berg and Dr. Sten Edward. Dr. Eric Berg was former professor at Washington University in America, and Dr. Egberg, he is a former Olympian. He actually competed, that's in decathlete. He participated in 10 athletic events, running, and it's like that. So what I understand is that these two persons are the greatest doctors, and what I think is that Queen Elizabeth was having good treatment, medicines and everything, but they are more focusing on lifestyle. So what I understand is that Queen Elizabeth could have done much better physically. She might have lived for a long period of time. What I think is that if you follow the lifestyles described by these two doctors, you can live for even 200 years. This is my hypothesis, and you can also run up to 100 years. So Queen Elizabeth was fit, she could walk, but she took help from a stick. She was fine, but all of a sudden, in a way, she became ill that everyone was sure that she was going to die. So what I understand is that we have gaps between medical sciences and lifestyle. So these two doctors follow lifestyle. I also follow, as I learn from them. So what you do is you follow lifestyle. You do not have excessive tension. You will have good sleep, kind of 8 hours every day, and you will walk, you will run, you will bicycle, you will take exercises so that you get fit. And the other thing is that food, you should not have any kind of carbohydrate, any starch, any sugar, as little as possible. And you should do the other thing, that is, you should be refrain from any food for as long period as you can. I do not take food. uh, I have two windows. Feeding window is just for 4 or 9 hours, but I stay fasting. I have intermittent fasting for about 15 to 20 hours every day. So these are the things that if you follow, they can help you cure the diseases. They can help you get rid of all these diseases, right? So two examples I'll be giving you. One, how I got rid of my fistula, and how I got rid of diabetes. So fistula I'd had for 5.5 years, and I have been having no problem with this for 1 year or so. Actually, when I passed 4 years and 5 months, I stopped taking medicines. I had medicines for 4.5 years, and at the time, what happened? It was not allopathic. There is no medicines for this. So I used to have homeo medicines. I used to have, you say, herbal medicines. And what happened is that I got rid of this kind of 80% or 90%, but later it did not actually finish. So when I learned lifestyle, I followed it, and almost a year back I stopped having any medicines, and then after 6 months my fistula was absolutely cured. So far as I understand, I have no problem. It's cleared, right? So it's all because I stopped having medicines. And as I told you that I do intermittent fasting for 15 to 20 hours every day. At that period of time, I just have water or black tea, black coffee without milk and sugar, and I also take green tea without milk and sugar, right? So that's how I have my intermittent water fasting, right? So what I want to tell is that as I stopped having medicines, my fistula was cured. And later I tell you about my diabetes. My diabetes into remission. Why? It's because I didn't have sugar, I didn't have rice and bread. I had enough sleep. I got myself, I mean, away from tensions, and I worked out. I took exercises, I ran, I do all these things. So this is how my diabetes has gone into remission. So diabetes cannot be absolutely cured. It gets into remission. It means is that if your diabetes remission, what happens? If you do not follow lifestyle, then within 2 months or 3 months you can get back the disease. And if you do not have diabetes at all, and if you do not follow lifestyle, it may take a long time to have diabetes, or you won't have this, right? So what I mean is that the most important things are: follow lifestyle, do not have starch, do not have sugar, do not have sugar in tea like that. Just avoid starch food, just avoid carbohydrates, just avoid sugar. And what happens? Your body will be quite neutral. Your insulin will not disturb you. As a result, everything will work in your body as Allah has given you brains as doctors, liver, kidneys, lungs, hearts. All these are tools, and all 40 trillion bacteria, gut bacteria, microbiome, they can help you fight with the external viruses, bacteria, and all these fungi and all these troubles.